Welcome to Esoterisphere. They didn't fall for pride. They fell for love. The story of the fallen angels is one of the oldest and most haunting tales in the human imagination. A story that has echoed across religions, rewritten itself through time, and still shapes how we see good and evil today. Most people know the version where angels rebel against God, led by a proud Lucifer, and are cast out of heaven. But the older story, the one hidden between the lines of Genesis and expanded in the Book of Enoch, is far more tragic. It isn't about arrogance. It's about compassion, desire, and the cost of divine curiosity. The earliest mention comes from a few cryptic verses in the Book of Genesis, chapter 6. When the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, they took wives for themselves, and their children became mighty men of old. Men of renown. It's a brief passage, almost easy to miss, but ancient readers were fascinated by it. Who were these sons of God? Most early Jewish and Christian interpreters didn't take this metaphorically. They believed the sons of God were angels. Divine beings who crossed the boundary between heaven and earth. And their union with humanity produced something unnatural. Something the heavens never intended. Centuries later, a work called the Book of Enoch expanded this mystery into a sweeping cosmic drama. According to Enoch, 200 angels called the Watchers were sent to observe humanity. But when they looked upon human women, they were moved not by duty, but by love and desire. Their leader, Semyaza, feared what would happen if they defied heaven. But others urged him on, swearing an oath together that they would all descend. That none could betray the rest once they crossed the threshold. So they came down upon Mount Hermon, taking on mortal form. And there, the Watchers took human wives. Their children were not ordinary. They were the Nephilim. Giants of immense strength, who soon grew violent and consumed everything around them. As their hunger spread, the world fell into chaos. But the sin of the Watchers wasn't only lust. They also shared the knowledge of heaven, the hidden arts that mortals were never meant to know. Azazel, one of the chiefs among them, taught humans the art of metalworking and war, how to forge swords and armor. Others taught sorcery, cosmetics, astrology, and enchantments. The heavens saw this not as enlightenment, but corruption. So God sent archangels, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, to bring judgment. The Nephilim were destroyed in the Great Flood. And the Watchers, those who had fallen for love and curiosity, were bound beneath the mountains in eternal darkness until the end of days. It's one of the most vivid mythic images in all ancient scripture. Divine beings chained beneath the earth, punished. Not for pride, but for crossing the boundary between heaven and humankind. Over time, the story evolved. When Christianity spread through the Greco-Roman world, the idea of the fallen angels merged with the figure of Lucifer, the light bringer. In Isaiah 14, a passage written about the fall of a Babylonian king uses the line, "How you are fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning." Early Christian thinkers like Tertullian and Origen connected this with Jesus' words. "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." The two stories fused. Enoch's watchers and the rebellious angels of later theology became one tragic host, beings of light cast down for defying divine order. But while later tradition painted Lucifer as proud and self-exalting, the Enochian watchers were something else. They fell for love, for fascination, for empathy with humankind. And for that, they were cursed. It's a story that sits uncomfortably between heroism and heresy. When you step into Gnostic and Hermetic traditions, the story takes on yet another meaning. In these systems, the fall isn't always a crime, it's a descent into matter, a necessary step for awakening consciousness. The Watchers then can be seen as symbols of divine light entering the material world. Spirits who sacrifice their purity to bring knowledge, art, and self-awareness to humankind. Their punishment becomes a metaphor for what happens whenever spirit enters flesh. Illumination bound by limitation. To fall is to incarnate. To teach is to risk corruption. And yet, without that descent, there is no awakening. In this view, the Watchers aren't villains, they're tragic redeemers. They gave humanity the spark of gnosis, even if it meant exile from heaven. The chains beneath the mountains become the soul's imprisonment in the body, awaiting release through knowledge, compassion, and remembrance of its divine origin. You can see echoes of this pattern everywhere. Prometheus stealing fire from the gods. The serpent offering knowledge in Eden. The Titan falling from grace to gift humanity with awareness. Different names, same archetype. The bringer of light, punished for sharing it. And in some esoteric readings, even the story of Christ mirrors the Watchers in reverse. Divinity descending to the human world out of love, willingly entering the realm of death to redeem it. The myth repeats because it's built into our understanding of wisdom itself. Knowledge is always double-edged. It liberates, and it costs. In modern interpretations, especially through the ancient astronaut lens, the Watchers become something else entirely. Visitors from the stars. The sons of God are read as extraterrestrials, descending from above, genetically blending with early humanity, and leaving behind legends of giants and gods. It's a modern myth built from ancient text, but its endurance says something about how deeply this story resonates. Whether angels or aliens, we keep retelling the same truth. Humanity feels touched by something higher, and haunted by what that contact cost. The story of the fallen angels isn't just about rebellion. It's about the danger of compassion and the price of enlightenment. They broke divine law, but they did it to share what they knew, to bridge heaven and earth. And in every tradition that followed, their tragedy became our mirror. Because humanity lives between worlds. Divine in spirit, limited in body, forever yearning for what we've lost. Maybe that's why their story still calls to us. We understand it. We too have fallen for love, for curiosity, for the desire to know. And perhaps, like the Watchers, our redemption lies not in fleeing the world, but in awakening within it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this exploration of ancient mysteries and hidden wisdom, give this video a like and drop a comment with your thoughts. Were the fallen angels symbols of divine compassion? Messengers who brought forbidden knowledge? Or something else entirely? Misunderstood beings caught between worlds? Let me know what you think below, and don't forget to subscribe to Esoterisphere for more deep dives into the sacred, the strange, and the forgotten. Until next time, keep seeking the light, even in the fall.